And some people are so focused on why they can't. That's their whole focus all the time. Why I can't, why I can't, why I can't. They haven't even got energy for why I can. And that is what it's about. You have got to stop thinking of the barriers. This account, everything that I do, and the community that we've got thousands of people that are in the Facebook community and follow these pages, and there are people in all different parts of the world who are all in the same position as you, and they're all reading the same books, and they're all doing everything to recover. That wouldn't have even happened had I given up hope when I was 18. Everything came about from where I was reading those books in my bedroom, in my parents' house, thinking, how am I going to change OCD for me? And how am I going to change it for others? I could have stopped it all then. I could have said, forget it, it's too much hard work, I'm going to leave it, it's not possible. None of this would be here. To do that, I had to build on one bit of hope at a time, laying those foundations brick by brick to building my life back for me so that I can then build life back for others. If I hadn't worked on it one day at a time, bit by bit for me, I wouldn't have had the energy to work with others. It had to be something where I was confident, I felt strong, I felt like I had taken my life back, where I was passionate to then make the change. Because at first I needed every ounce of energy for me, because it was a battle every day. Now, when you think of those communities in the past, the old Facebook communities, the old forums, constant negativity, even if somebody comes in with one bit of hope, it's gone. Because it's smashed by thousands of negativity and thousands of bits of no hope. So to change it, we have to install tiny bits of hope everywhere. And at the same time, we need to not focus completely on an obstacle. How many obstacles do people have in life in general, in everything? In life, you're being hit with obstacles all the time. If they're family, if they're exercise related, if they're financial, career-wise, everything. If you run a business, for example, you will be seeing things coming up, problems all the time, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. And life is like that all along. So you've got to think, how can I overcome? How can I overcome? All your life is overcoming obstacles. How well you handle the situations, whatever, be they health problems too. I see people that come into me that because I'm a human and I'm going to think of things that are obstacles or things that are problems, and I'm going to dwell on them a bit more than I should sometimes because I'm a human. And then someone comes in the door to me and they come in and I listen to their story and I think, what the fuck am I dwelling on this for? Why am I so concerned and fixed on that thing, be it not an OCD thing, but something in life? Because you see somebody complaining with a lot less. Always the case. You can go on YouTube, you can find somebody with no arms, no legs, training in a gym and being positive. And you think, wow, this is mind-blowing. Now we don't need to force ourselves to be like that instantly, but we need to remember, we need to think of these things. I often anchor into those situations, specifically around the Holocaust. I think of the people that overcame that came through that, the likes of Viktor Frankl, who's on our reading list, Man's Search for Meaning, an incredible book, and how he overcame so much. That was so key to seeing change in perspective. Hold on, he's lost his family, he's lost his business, he's lost so many areas of his life, and he's come back and he's built logotherapy and he's been the pioneer in changing suicide prevention and he's made all those changes. That's what you've got to look at. Okay? And yes, OCD recovery is full of obstacles. Most people that you go to, 99% don't understand it. It's a wilderness out there when you're trying to recover. Most people not understanding it, the ones that often say they're a specialist in it still don't understand it, and then the doing the work to get better is difficult, and OCD morphs and changes themes and moves around and latches with physical symptoms and all sorts and normal pressures of life compounding OCD and all of that. But other people have come through these things. What would he have had in Auschwitz? He would have been hungry. He would have seen his mum hungry. He'd have seen his parents in pain. He'd have seen people being killed, raped, everything, and came through. So we've got to think of survival. We've got to think of trying to recover at whatever is thrown out, whatever's in front of us. We need to think about one day at a time. We need to not be so fixated on recovery. It's the only thing we think about. We need to go one day at a time as best we can and just follow along like that. That is absolutely key.